These are the three things that every single successful land investor does. In order to become a successful land investor, it's important to understand what that looks like and what you have to do to get there. And these three things are the biggest things that I've seen with myself and multiple other seven-figure land investors that I know. Number one, and this is probably the biggest thing, but being stoic in the chaos. In your land investing business, you're going to have things burning. Like things are going to be burning all over the place. And you're going to have to put fires out. You're going to get to the very end of closing on a deal. A fire just pops up that you have to put out. And it's important to be stoic in that and understand that we get paid a ton of money in this business and to solve people's problems. And so understand that things are going to happen in your land business. And you can't freak out. You can't get stressed out. Don't feel like you're the only one that those kinds of things are happening to. There will be times where things happen to you in your business. And honestly, if someone tells you that their business has just been smooth breeze all along the way, they've never had road bumps, then I would question who that person is and what they've been through in their land investing career, because I've not met one single person that was successful in the land business that hasn't had a few road bumps and had to be stoic through them to get through them, learn from them, and make sure they don't happen again. This is a game of putting out fires sometimes. It is. And other times you'll have deals that just happen so smoothly. You're like, why have I ever thought about doing anything else? The same way that happens, there will also be times where you're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to do this anymore because this is difficult. This is a difficult fire to put out. And that's the name of the game. But guess what? The profits make it all worth it. When you can be stoic through the problems, understand that the bigger the problem, the bigger the profit. So if you could solve the problem of a property, of a seller, of a broker, of a listing, whatever the given problem is, title issue, you name it. If you can solve that problem, the profits that wait for you on the other end of that is huge. And so in understanding that, it's important to be very stoic through the problems and through the chaos and through the turmoil that you may go through in your land investing business. And that's why it's so important to also get support and get help. Get around a group of land investors that's already successful. Get coaching. Understand the mistakes that your coach may have made that you can avoid. So that way you can fast track your success even faster. If you want to book a call with my team to strategize on how we can do that for you, the links are down below. The second thing that all successful land investors do is understand that it's a game of repetitions and consistency. When you are repetitive in this game and you're very consistent, then over time what happens is your results start to show through. Successful land investors do every single day what most people will do once a week or twice a week. If you're successful and you want to be successful in this game, you have to do the same thing every day. Do the market research, send the mail, talk to the sellers, follow up with the sellers relentlessly, get deals under contract, list them properly, sell them. You do that every single day for 18 months, you bring your head up, I guarantee you will have at least $250,000 in profit saved up. I guarantee you'll have $250,000 in profit or cash reserves. And honestly, that's on the low end. When you repeat these tasks over and over again, you become a master at them. In my career, I've probably made over 10,000 calls. And I mean literally, I've had 10,000 conversations that have led me to be able to teach this at such a high level and to do it at such a high level in my business. When a student comes to me with a lead, I know exactly how to close that lead regardless of who they are because I've had 10,000 plus conversations. When we need to list a property, I know how to list the property so that it sells quickly and so that we get it under contract quickly because I've done that multiple times consistently. And I've consistently had positive results. So if you want to be a successful land investor, understand that it's not going to happen overnight and you are going to have to be consistent and repetitive. Think about it like a jab in boxing or building a muscle. You have to do it over and over and over and over and over and over again until it becomes good. Until you become great at something, you have to continuously do it over and over again. And even when you become great at it, you have to keep going because if you don't, you'll lose the skill. You don't use it, you lose it. And so being consistent in everything that you do within your land flipping business is integral to your continued success. The last thing that all successful land investors do is turn and burn. Whenever you have properties coming in and you list them on the market, do not try to maximize your listing price. So if a broker tells you 250, don't try to list it for 250. Try to list it for 230,000. List your properties at a price that's going to get them sold quickly And don't count the phantom profits in your head. It's very important that you don't do this, because as soon as you start counting phantom profits, that's where you lose out on cash flow, you lose out on money, and then you're going to be sit there stuck wondering, how come I'm not making money in my business? I have all these properties listed. But guess what? The properties are not selling because you didn't turn and burn. By turn and burn, I mean list them aggressively from the get-go. List the properties aggressively, have the best marketing, have the best listing description, have the best broker. That is a recipe for success. Now, if you just do these 3 things consistently, you are certain to be a very successful land investor within the next 6 to 12 months. And that's exactly what I want for you. So if you have any questions that you feel will guide you to getting there faster, feel free to drop them in the Discord or comment them below. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. This has been Femi with Lamberts, and I'll see you in the next video.